What if 3 whispered Our Fathers for 40 days changed your life? Before the sun remembers your street, the window is a thin seam of cool air and promise. No inbox, no headlines, no comparison. You whisper the Our Father once, twice, 3 times, each prayer unhurried, as if you're placing 3 small anchors into the hours ahead. It's not for show, it's not loud. It's a door you open before any other door. 40 mornings like this is not a campaign. It's a reorientation. If your day is a river, this is where you place a stone so the current changes course. What if that small change, faithfully repeated, could ripple through your decisions, your relationships, your patience, your courage? What if it could change your life? Jesus didn't leave prayer to improvisation only. He gave us a map. He teaches us to begin with the Father, to ask that God's name be honored in us, that His kingdom come and His will be done, that bread for today be given, that debts be forgiven as we forgive, and that we be led away from temptation and delivered from evil. It's simple enough for a child and deep enough to carry a lifetime. He also kept hours. Mark 1:35 says He rose very early in the morning, while it was still dark, and prayed in a solitary place. When you stand at a window before dawn and whisper this prayer, you're not inventing a ritual, you're stepping into His rhythm. The whisper keeps you honest. It isn't performance, it's presence. The early hour offers first fruits. You hand God the beginning so He can shape the middle and end. The window reminds you that prayer is not escape, but a threshold back into the real world as a different kind of person. Here's the practice, plain and doable. For 40 consecutive days, choose a fixed early time. 6:30 a.m. is ideal, but select what you can keep without fail. Stand or kneel by a slightly open window. Place your right hand over your heart. Whisper the Our Father 3 times, slow enough to feel each phrase. After the 3rd whisper, write 1 sentence in a small notebook you keep on the sill. Today I will serve by _. Keep it concrete and small. Send a thank you. Listen without interrupting. Clean the sink, nobody notices. Tell the truth kindly. Leave your phone on airplane mode until you finish. The whole act takes 3 to 5 minutes, which means you can actually keep it, and keeping it is where change begins. Real life resists schedules. So build your practice with real obstacles in mind. Some mornings you will oversleep, stumble toward coffee, and feel the old drag of I'll do it later. Later is a thief. Put your alarm across the room so you must stand to silence it, already facing the window. Other days the house wakes up with you, children asking questions, a roommate rattling pans, a neighbor playing music. Adopt a backup location. The bathroom door frame works in a pinch, hand over heart, whispers soft, notebook balanced on the sink. Travel breaks routines too. Airports don't care about your devotion. On travel days, whisper by a hotel window or even by a closed curtain, then write the line on a receipt if you forgot the notebook. If work shifts make dawn impossible, pick a fixed hour you can honor. The power is in faithfulness and secrecy, not the clock number. The practice survives because it flexes, but it changes you because it remains recognizably the same. Crack the window to remind your morning self. Place the notebook and a pen that won't fight you, and decide your exact time out loud to God. Open the window a finger's width if it's closed. Feel the air on your face. And settle your posture standing tall or kneeling if your knees allow. Whisper the prayer with attention. Our Father in heaven. Belonging. Give us this day our daily bread. Trust for today. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Protection for the hours ahead. After the 3rd whisper, write your service line. If you feel blank, ask, who will I see today? And choose 1 small, benevolent action. Close with a simple touch to the window frame, a reminder that prayer opens you to walk through the day. Because this is a formation, not a performance, include a recovery rule that removes drama. If you miss a day, begin again the next morning and reset the count to day 1. No speeches, no self-accusation. 40 is a biblical number of preparation. Israel in the wilderness. Jesus in the desert, not a scoreboard. Every 10th day, give yourself a simple celebration, a phone-free walk, a favorite tea, 5 minutes of slow reading. If it helps, invite a friend to be an accountability whisperer. No long reports, just a morning text that says, window? To which you reply, open. Keep it quiet and uncluttered. Jesus said the Father sees in secret, and secrecy protects sincerity. Expect quiet changes first. After a week, you may notice fewer sharp edges in your speech. Impatience arrives but doesn't take the wheel. When anxiety tries to set the agenda at 7 a.m., the line, "Give us this day our daily bread," interrupts the spiral and shrinks the problem to today as step. In work decisions, your will be done can become courage to send a hard email without hedging, or humility to ask for help. In money matters, daily bread reframes fear, not "how will I control the next 6 months?" but "what is faithful now?" Relationships soften. The prayer trains your mouth to say "I'm sorry" faster and "you always less." Even attention shifts. Because you begin with 3 minutes of focused presence, you carry a slightly stronger muscle for focus into the day. Sleep may still wobble, but when you wake at night you now have language ready. "Lead me not into temptation. Deliver me." It is not flashy, it is practical holiness. Daniel prayed at fixed hours and found that lions' mouths stayed shut. You face no den, but you do face pressures that roar news cycles, deadlines, conflicts, and regular prayer blunts their teeth. The Our Father's daily bread is food, yes, but also the grace to do the next right thing. The whisper is mustard seed faith, tiny, planted in the dark hour, yet growing shade for the rest of your day. The open window is like a watchtower psalmist scanning the horizon for mercy each morning. The prayer's architecture holds all your needs in order: belonging, Father, alignment, name, kingdom, will, provision, bread, reconciliation, forgive, and protection. Lead, deliver. It's not theory. Some will object. Isn't repeating a prayer empty? Whispering directs the words inward, away from performance. This is not magic. It's a place for grace to land, day after day. If you want to deepen the 40 days, you may add a gentle, optional fast. Once a week, skip one meal on Wednesday or abstain from sweets and drink water freely. If you're pregnant, nursing, have health conditions, are very young or elderly, or face heavy physical demands, don't food fast. Choose a digital fast until noon or a silence fast during your commute. Always use common sense and kindness toward your body. The point is love, not harm. Kneel if you can, sit if you must. God receives attention, not athleticism. As we forgive, open your hand as if releasing a pebble. Say the person's name if you're able, or ask for the willingness to forgive if you can't. At Deliver Us from Evil, picture one specific trap and decide a countermove for the next 12 hours. No gossip, no impulsive buying, no doom scroll. At Daily Bread, think of someone nearby who might need a simple kindness and turn your service line toward them. These small embodied acts prevent the prayer from floating. They pull it into your day like stitches pulling cloth together. As the middle of the 40 approaches, expect resistance. Around day 18 to 22, novelty fades. And your mind will argue for efficiency. Skip today. You're fine. This is the hinge where formation happens. Keep the rule, not because God needs it, but because you do. On heavy days, make the prayer even smaller. Stand, breathe, whisper once slowly, write the line. You will discover that the practice can hold you when you cannot hold it. By the 30s, something gentler appears, less urgency to control, a steadier interior. You begin asking for bread for today and leaving tomorrow on the Father's table. You might even notice that forgiving, while still costly, now comes with less delay. When day 40 arrives, sit with your notebook and read your 40 lines aloud. You will see themes: who you served, where you resisted, where courage bloomed. Circle recurring words. They hint at the contours of your calling for this season. To integrate the fruit, keep one Our Father at dawn for the next week. If helpful, add a second fixed moment, noon, to remember mercy in the heat of the day or night, to hand the hours back with peace, as Psalm 4 suggests when it teaches us to lie down and sleep in safety. Choose one action that your 40 lines demand. Make the apology. Start the counseling. Set the boundary. Plan the gift. Schedule the doctor. Delete the app. The practice formed you to act. Now act. The answer is both, but slowly. Scripture's 40s are not fireworks, but formation. Israel walking out of slavery, Jesus preparing for public ministry. Your 40 whispers are not a transaction. They are training to turn toward the Father first. Bills, conflicts, and emails won't evaporate, but you will bring a different self to them. More aligned, less frantic, clearer about what today requires, readier to forgive, quicker to say no to what harms you. The prayer is a daily map, and the map followed becomes a road. Tomorrow, meet the window while it's still a little dark, hand over heart. Whisper the Our Father 3 times, soft enough that only God hears, attentive enough that you hear too. Breathe out between each prayer. Write your one line. Today I will serve by underscore. Touch the frame and walk through the day as someone who has already opened the most important door. If you want company, invite a friend and agree on a single check-in word. Open. If you're ready to begin publicly, leave the simplest mark, a comment that says, Day 1 window open, not to impress. 40 days will pass either way. Let them pass with 3 whispers at dawn and watch the quiet accumulation of grace.